But welcome to the Houston Easton Chamber of Commerce Resolutions for 2022 webinars. This is a three-part series to help your business grow this year. Today's session is titled Planning Financial Resolutions and Who Doesn't Need to Get Financial Resolutions for this year. You will hear how to get your finances in shape for 2022 and more. So today's session is sponsored by Cadence Bank. And before we begin, we want you to hear from Moises Fajardo, who is the Financial Center Manager. Thank you so much, Moises, for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So now is your time to,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. My name is Moses Fajardo, and I'm with Cadence Bank. I've been with Cadence Bank for a little bit over 7 years. I've been in banking a total of a little bit over 20 years. I am the branch manager at the Highland Village location, which is off of the Westheimer and Wesleyan intersection. And I am excited to be part of this event today. This past couple of years have definitely been a challenge for several of our business owners, our small business owners especially. So we want to equip you and prepare you with a couple of things that will make your 2022 a little bit more profitable, meaningful, putting things into place that will equip you with the right tools that you need. And one of the things that I always want to like to start off when I'm starting a relationship, so I'll share that with you, is having a banking relationship that really is impactful to you and your business, having a bank or a banker that is responsive when you need them there. Part of your team, and something that I share with all of my new small business clients, is that you want to have a couple of people on your team that are an extension of your business, and that is having a good banker, having a good accountant, and having a good attorney by your side that you can call on, that you can depend on. And that's something that we at Cadence Bank, and as a banker myself for over 20 years, pride myself in, that I am always on the forefront of my small business customers. They're the ones that need the most attention to be able to equip their teams and their processes. Some of the processes that we can help with is streamlining, of course, not just a checking account, because you can find a checking account at every bank, not just a savings account, because you can find a savings account at every bank, and those look the same virtually on every location or every type of bank that you select. But really what makes a difference and what makes Cadence different is the team that's behind it, the people on the ground that are invested in your business and getting to know you as a business owner, what keeps you up at night, what you don't enjoy doing, that maybe we can take off your hands, streamline those processes so that you can go out and do what is the best, and we can help on the back end. And that goes everything from service, from payroll services, from fraud prevention tools in our treasury management team, or just visiting with you on a quarterly, maybe every 6 months or a once a year basis to see what has changed on your end. And that is, as a small business owner, that is what is going to set you apart, is having those relationships, having those conversations as often as you would like. And letting your banker know, hey, this is changing in my world. This is what keeps me up at night. This is what some of the items that I really don't enjoy doing, or that really consume a lot of my time. And people think of a bank as being, oh, that's just where I keep my checking account and they pay my checks and I do my ACH through them. But ask your banker or your relationship manager of other opportunities and other products that the banks have. So we have anything on the treasury side of it, of how to streamline and make your payments a little bit easier for you to receive them on the ACH side. Or if you want to stop writing checks because the cost of checks is going up and mail is slowing down, and there's that chance of that information being lost, of how can I streamline these processes so that the bank is making the payments for me, and I'm safeguarding my information. Something that we see a lot of recently, and it's just gotten more prominent, is of course the fraud prevention tools that will help and equip you to protect your assets, your clients, and your clients' information. So we have all that kind of tools at your hand, and it's just really for you to ask those questions and solicit those interviews with your banker so that we can be a part of your business. What I like doing is also in preparation for the year is setting my appointments with my small business clients so that I can know ahead in advance and possibly foresee any of the things that will be a pain point later on. So we can set up lines of credits, and Solomon will go over some of these opportunities ahead before they become a pain in your side. That's what we're here for, is to catch all these things before they become an issue on your end. So I'll let Solomon to take over at this moment, and he will introduce some of these solutions that will be tools for you in this year.
Thank you so much, Moises. We're very grateful. And that is so true, everybody. If you don't have a banking relationship with your banker, make that a goal for 2022. I think we all experienced that as business owners when COVID hit, that when the PPP loans came out, a lot of folks did not have a relationship with a banker. And this is the time to do that and make sure that they're on your side. And like they said, you can have someone else to call for whatever you may need because they're there and they want to help you. So now it is my honor to introduce you to Solomon Salcedo. He is the VP of Small Business Relationship Manager at Cadence Bank, who will begin our financial resolution program. Remember, on Facebook Live, put your comments in the chat area. And then also on this call with Zoom, please put your questions in the chat room and we'll ask those at the very end. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Solomon.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Solomon Salcedo, small business banker at Cadence Bank. I have been in the banking industry for a little bit over 20 years. And it's a pleasure to speak with all of you guys on the other end of your screens. 2022 is here, and many of us in the industry have, going through a lot of new opportunities in 2021, learning about new processes based on what we have accomplished in 2021 based on the pandemic. Many of you on the other end probably struggle on communicating with your bank, and maybe this is the year where you can say, you know what, I need to have a better relationship with not just my business banker or my bank in general, but Moses touched on something very crucial this few moments ago. You need to have a great relationship with your CPA, with your bank. You need to get to know your finances of your business, whether your business grow last year or steady, or maybe suffer a little bit. You need to understand, number one, your balance sheet and P&L, because you need to be ready for 2022. I am so grateful to live in Houston. I've been in the Houston area for the last 10 years. And every time I hear that Houston is strong, we mean it. Houston is strong, and we're here to help our communities, or organizations or businesses in the entire city to grow. With that said, I'm going to present a couple things that I do on a daily basis that I help business clients to achieve their business finances and maybe growing by having a good plan, by having a good understanding of your financials, of your numbers, of your P&L or your balance sheet, and having a great relationship with your CPA is going to get you to the accomplishments that you might set up for 2022. Many businesses for sure need to have a good relationship and need lending with their current bank. This is a little bit about Cadence Bank. Moses touched base on Cadence Bank, so I'm not going to go through every single word in here, but pretty much we are a community bank. We have about $478 billion in assets. We have all kinds of business services, from commercial banking, business banking, wealth services, retail banking for personal needs as well too. But my day-to-day duties here at the bank is basically spend time with business owners and find out what are their goals for 2022 and achieve that. which is business lending or business credit. So today I'm going to present fairly quickly because I only have a few minutes to present, and I'm going to present business credit products that we can offer. These services or these products pretty much are the same at every financial institution. What makes the difference that I always tell friends, family, and business owners, my dad is a business owner, I always tell them, having a good relationship with your bank is going to be the key to accomplish any of this or open any of these products with your bank. So the first item that I'm going to cover is, we call it a quick decision loan. It's a fairly small loan up to $25,000. It could be a line of credit for working capital, or it could be a loan if you're looking to purchase a small equipment, something small for your business. Interest rates are low these days, so for a business line of credit, we typically have a margin above prime. It's based on prime, but it is for businesses with revenues less than $1 million. We typically get a decision once an application is submitted within 24 hours. After 24 hours, we work on getting the package in our hands to meet with our clients to get what signatures and get the money for your business as soon as possible. So typically this quick decision loan is going to be a 3-year either line of credit or 3-year term loan for something quick that you need for your business. Cadence Bank actually created this product when Harvey hit our city. As a Cadence Bank employee, I'm very proud of our company because we created products and services to serve our special community needs. And this is something that we created when Harvey hit our city. I remember a lot of businesses were in need of a quick money while they were rebuilding their businesses or while they were getting money from insurance companies. And this quick decision loan helped us out facilitate lending for businesses in our community. So business line of credit up to $25,000, very small information needed, 1 year of financials, business and personal financial statement. Within a couple of days, we get you an answer and get money in your hands. The next product is our traditional business line of credit, anything over $25,000 for working capital, to utilize it in between account receivables, to utilize it in between purchasing equipment, purchasing goods for your business. This line of credit, it is going to be a good tool to have available for day-to-day operations. A lot of businesses, they use it in between account receivables to pay for payroll, to pay vendors, to pay for materials, to pay for anything that is going to help your business continue operating. The main purpose of a line of credit, it is to have it available when you need it. It's not for a fixed income for your business. Many businesses, they utilize it as I have a line of credit. If I don't have money, I'm going to tackle the line of credit, which is great, but don't use it as the source for personal income or to get you out of a situation where you don't have a plan to repay it. Line of credit is always the intention to have it available and to fluctuate back and forth. Typically, lines of credit renew every 12 months. In some scenarios, depending on the industry, it can renew every 36 months, but this line of credit is great for working capital, inventory, account receivables. And the last one, obviously, emergency funds. Unsecured loans. If businesses are looking to buy equipment, machinery, expand on operations, purchase small vehicles, improvements for the building, or business acquisition, this business term loan, unsecured term loan, or secure in some cases, it can be a great tool to have. One of the things that I always tell business owners, when banks can touch an asset, when we can touch something that is tangible, immediately banks are going to give you an extra check mark on your process because there's something that is an asset for your company that is going to be part of the loan. So always machinery, vehicles, equipment. It's a great asset to utilize. Many business owners do not realize that they can use their current equipment. A lot of times they need access to a loan or to a line of credit, and in their minds is, I'm going to do it unsecured. The bank should trust me. They're looking at my financials. But if you have equipment, heavy equipment, vehicles, machinery that holds their value, use that to your advantage. Utilizing your assets is going to be key for secure loans. And typically, underwriters, they see that the file, has a check mark when it's secure, when there's a tangible and asset for that part of that loan. The next slide that I have in here is owner-occupied commercial real estate. So if in 2020, and I put notes on this one, if 2022, one of your resolutions or your business grow is to purchase your own building, to move into your own office, to have your own facility, this owner-occupied commercial real estate, it's going to be the right product for that resolution, for that business growing, for your business. So if your company is going to occupy 51% or more of that building is considered owner-occupied. We typically finance up to 85% of the value of the property once we do an appraisal on the property or the appraisal report. Full AM loans and notes and balloon notes are also available. We like to have a full AM schedule on all of our loans. We want to make sure that when you acquire a loan, there is a first payment and is also a ending payment. And by that ending payment, that means that that property is going to be completely yours and you're not going to have a balloon. In some cases, if there is a need for a balloon, if you're not going to be at that commercial property for more than 5 years, a lot of times I recommend clients to have a balloon note. We'll give you the option to have flexible payments, but at the end of the term, you have a large payment to do. A lot of businesses, they like to take baby steps. They want to start with a small office, a small building, and then eventually they want to continue growing. So having a balloon note is going to be key for that. We have fixed rates. Today's environment, rates are continue to be low, not as low as a year ago, but definitely they're not too aggressive or too high compared to other years. So take advantage of the low interest rates environment. And not the low rates is not just with Cadence Bank, folks. Please note that this is a low rate environment across the board. So if you need help, reach out to us. Be glad to help. But if not, reach out to your business banker. Or next time that your business banker reaches out to you, ask that question. What are the rates these days if I wanted to purchase a commercial building for my business? Rates are continually being in a low environment. Some businesses, from time to time, they wanted to secure a piece of land before they do anything as far as commercial real estate, build a building. Purchasing a piece of land for businesses that are going to occupy that building within a year or so, that's something that also Cadence Bank is in the market for. Many businesses, they wanted to secure a piece of land. Maybe that's the model of the business, or that's how they wanted to initiate business. They wanted to purchase a piece of land. Cadence Bank, depending on the piece of land, we can finance between 65 and 70% of the value of the property. Obviously, once an appraisal report is done on that land, but having a piece of land for your business to build, or for something to for your business for eventually growing, is not bad these days. many businesses, that's how they start, having their own properties. They wanted to buy a piece of land and eventually build their own facilities. So keep that in mind, that we have those options available as well too. What are acceptable pieces of collateral? I was telling you earlier that having a tangible, an asset or collateral for transactions is going to be key in this type of transactions that are secure. Inventory, account receivables, new or used equipment, new or used vehicles, commercial real estate. Some business owners, they don't have many assets, but they have savings accounts or CDs under their names. In many cases, we can use that. Many business owners, they have marketable securities, investment accounts. We can use those for collateral as well too. There is some ceiling as far as how much money we can give you against either a CD, a savings account, securities, or investments. Cash value life insurance. This is something that, it's hard to get approved, but it's there for utilize it when it's needed. And full blanket lien asset on businesses. So in many cases, the business is worth quite a bit based on gainings, based on longevity, based on industry. And in some cases, we can do a blanket lien on all assets, and we can utilize that as collateral as well too. So keep those things in mind when you are talking to your business banker as far as getting a loan. This pieces of assets, collateral, it's a key to gain access to a loan as well too, guys. So earlier today, I mentioned that it's crucial for business owners to have a great relationship with your CPA. One of the things that, if you're going to take away something from this presentation, please write this down. Get to know your company finances. Many times, probably 50-50, if not higher, when I meet with business owners and we start discussing lending, they get excited, but when we get to the documentation required, that's when things go south, because they don't have financials available fairly quickly. They don't understand their financials, so a lot of times they send with the information, then I start questioning things that I notice or see on their P&Ls, on balance sheet. And business owners many times do not understand their financials. So when Moses was mentioning earlier today that having a good relationship with your CPA, it is crucial when you're going to be talking to your business banker about lending. Most banks on any loans over $25,000 are going to require 2 years of being in business, obviously, 2 years of business tax returns, 2 years of personal business and personal tax returns, business schedule on any debts that you guys might have, P&L, profit and loss statement, balance sheet statement, account receivables, if that's something that you're going to be utilized, personal financial statement. A lot of times we send a personal financial statement to our business owners, and our personal financial statement, it's 2-page long. Many times all they do is they just complete first page, and they don't tell us the assets, liabilities, or anything on the business owner. Many times we encounter a lot of things when we pull credit, but it's always good to know to be to have that information up front. So when your business banker reviews your information initially, they can ask questions to better understand your finances. So when it's time to discuss your loan package with underwriting, business banker, they already have a good understanding of your P&L, your balance sheet, your personal financial statement, and it's good to have that information handy, we as bankers, to present your business when it comes to getting approval from underwriting. Additional information that sometimes we ask, background of the business, anything that is related to education, work experience, resume. All those things help if we understand your business up front. In many instances, we ask for business background and owner's background, and they don't share any information whatsoever. Having that information handy, having a resume, having a presentation of your business, of who you are, what services or products you offer, your company experience, you as a business owner experience, is going to be key when it's time for you to present your information to a business banker or to a bank in general. So those are most likely the general information that a banker is going to request for any of the loans that we just discussed a few moments ago. So my presentation was fairly quick. Any questions on the audience? Is there anything that I can answer quickly? I know we only have a very limited minutes for this quick presentation, but if anyone has any questions, please let me know. I'll be glad to help.
And so thank you so much, Solomon. These are really, really great tips. And I know that the one thing, if you don't have a business relationship with your banker, please start it today. But one of the great questions we have here is, what would be a good tip to find the right banker, the right CPA, and the right accountant? Any tips?
That's a great question. And I get excited when people ask that. So think about when you are interviewing an employee for your company. That's how you should interview your business banker. That's how you should interview your CPA. And that's how you should interview anybody that is going to be part of your team. Because at the end of the day, like Moses said at the beginning of this presentation, we're going to be part of your team. We're going to help you out to achieve your goals, to solve problems, and to go to the good, bad, and ugly of your business. And when you are talking to a banker, ask them about how long have they been in the banking industry, what's their experience, and most likely how often they reach out to business clients. Believe it or not, there's a book of business assigned to me, and I must maintain a journal of when did I contact those clients. If your business banker has not called you in more than a year, shame on them. That's not a good business banker. So that's going to be the first tip. Make sure that your business banker is in touch with you pretty much at least twice a year.
Great. And I've got another question here, and either of you can answer this one. So what is the best way for a business to grow an emergency reserve? Is it through CD, savings, accounts, et cetera? Any ideas on the best way for emergency reserve?
So for business owners, it's hard for business reserves, but if you have a budget for your business, and then if you want to put that as part of your expenses, to put money in a savings account, that should be part of it. That will be the best idea that I can give you. Talk to your CPA and say, hey, I'm gonna start, a funding for my business. I'm gonna part of my expenses is going to be putting money into a savings account, into a money market that is going to help me to build a cushion on a savings account that eventually is going to help me out to get a loan against that money if needed, or for emergencies. So that should be part of your budget or your expenses for your business, having a savings account.
Great. And another great question here is, how can a service-based business that doesn't have equipment get a secured loan?
If you have a business that it's only service, a lot of times we use account receivables. So if your business that, I'm gonna just give an example, an IT company, they don't have pretty much anything, but everything is based either here or their cloud. But they have account receivables. If they have account receivables that they get paid 30, 60, 30, 45, 60 days out, that's going to be something that you can present to your business banker and see if they're willing to use that as collateral for your business.
Thank you. Moises, this is a question for you. So I am a small business owner. How do I start my business credit and separate it from my personal credit?
The easiest way to start business credit would be a credit card. It's an easy line of credit. It's unsecured. You don't have to go through countless financials to do that. You can just do it online or visit your local branch and get that application turned in. But just on the way it is on the personal side, it just kickstarts your credit on the business side. It separates it, and it also helps you on the taxes at the end of the year, where everything is on those statements. You can just turn those statements in, and you can use those things as expenses. So it's a really, really easy way. And within 2 years of you being a business owner, then you can start looking at lines of credits within the bank, and those are fairly easy to get also.
Good. Thank you so much for that. Another great question here is, what is a common mistake that you see small business owners make in cash flow management?
You want me to answer that, Moses?
Sure, that's fine.
One of the easiest mistakes that business owners do on cash management, business owners, in their mind, they are a money maker, right? So they worry about making money, bringing money for the business, but they don't know where the money is going out. They just know that they need to make money, but a lot of times they don't know where the money is going. So what I made a couple of comments during my presentation. Understanding your P&L and your balance sheet is going to be key to understand that. If you don't understand if line by line on your P&L and balance sheet, reach out to your CPA. If you have questions on how you're spending money, reach out to your CPA. If the business is not making money or is negative, reach out to your CPA, because your CPA can tell you line by line where is money coming in and where is money going out. And by understanding where money is going out, that's where you're going to be able to, be able to manage your cash. A lot of times businesses, they pay high interest rates on equipment or machinery because they just went with the first option available then. Maybe 2 years later, you can refinance that piece of equipment, lower that interest rate, so that saves you money. So finding out those details, where money is going out, that's going to be the best key.
Oh, I like that answer. Thank you so much. And this is a question for both of you guys. It's a question on Facebook is, how do I get in contact with Cadence Bank? So Solomon, can you share your email address and phone number very slowly, and then we'll follow with you.
I can put it on the chat, or I can tell you guys.
Do it live because some people won't have this chat.
Oh, perfect. So Solomon, SALOMON dot Salcedo, SAUCEDO at cadencebank.com. My direct line at work, 713-871-4195. You can get in touch with me either way. I'll be glad to help. And if you don't bank with Cadence Bank, and if you need advice, and if you wanted to have a plan for 2022, even though if you don't bank with Cadence Bank, I'll be glad to help, because again, helping our community is what is going to make all of us strong.
And I truly believe that. Thank you so much. You're very sincere. And we've been working with you for over a year, so that he's a great, sincere person. Moises, can you share your email address and phone number?
Yes, my direct line is 713-622-4606. And my name is Moises.F as in Frank, AJAR, D as in David O, at cadencebank.com. And just like Solomon just said, use us as a resource. That's what we are here for. You don't have to bank here. We can send us questions, emails, whatever it is, and just use us as a consultant. If that's all you need from us is just a second advice or a second opinion, that's what we're here for.
And they do mean that, you guys. They're very sincere. They're very genuine. So please reach out to them. I've got a couple of more questions for you. And thank you for anyone on the Zoom. Your information is in the chat room. But one other question is, the word sustainability is a key word in business over the last couple of years. So what is a tip for financial sustainability? Either of you, Solomon?
Can you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Yes, sustainability is a key word in business over the last couple of years. So what is a tip for financial sustainability?
One of the things that I always, discuss as far as sustainability, customers, or business owners, they need to continue, not just continue working their book of business, but they need to grow their book of business. It is always key to ask for feedback from existing clients, new clients, because those are the ones that are going to be completely sincere with you. If those customers are giving you positive feedback, great, continue working on that. But if customers are giving you feedback that you weren't expecting, talk to your team, talk to your company employees, and try to make those the feedback, those comments that were not so positive, pay attention to that. And then if you pay attention to that and continue making progress and improvement on the existing and new customers' feedback, is going to get you to continue growing and substantially, expanding your book of business or selling more at the end of the day. If you do not pay attention to customer service, it's going to keep you the same customers. You're not going to have nothing new, so you're not going to continue growing. So instead of going up, or instead of going flat, you're going to go the other way around. In banking, we take that very serious. We get surveys often, and then if every survey that we receive, we have to get in touch with those customers, whether it's good or bad. And it's our intention to continue growing within the banking sector and as a business bankers.
That's really good feedback. Us as a chamber, we just sent a survey in the beginning of the year for that very same reason.
I get those.
Yes, to ask, what can we do better to help you, and how can we make it better for ourselves to help you? So positive feedback and just being transparent and asking for feedback is the key.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, any last remarks that both of you would like to share in regards to planning financial resolutions for 2022, or just in general? I'll start with you, Moises.
Be a little bit flexible with yourself. We all started 2020 with great aspirations and great resolutions for everything, and it taught us that's not the way the year's going. And 2021 looked just the same. So there will be flexibility. So write it down on paper, have a vision board, have a plan in place, but know that things are going to change. And when the moment those things change, just edit, just erase whatever you need to erase, redo it, restructure it, if it's on a quarterly basis, or even you have to go down to a monthly basis. But break down your goal, attack it a little bit, piece at a time. Consult with your partners that are internal and external, and then if you have to revise it, give yourself some slack and keep on going.
Great advice. Great advice. Solomon?
Continue growing. Don't give up. It is easy to give up, and it's easy to get tired, but we all have a purpose of serving our communities. And by having a plan and review it, not just once a year, but often, quarterly, monthly, it's going to be key. Another thing that brings me to mind is, don't make a plan that has 20 bullet points. If it's 20, great. But if it's 5, be sure that you truly review those top 5 priorities for your business. to continue your plan for 2022. Believe it or not, it's 2022, and in many industries and many places, they're already talking about second, third quarter of 2022.
Mhm.
And why they do that is because there's a plan in place. The plan in place right now, the plan is to execute now and continue revisions throughout the year, so you can get to the final destination, which is meet your goals.
Oh my goodness, you two, this was a wonderful session. Your closing remarks were very wonderful. So remember, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. Remember to join us for the remaining Tuesday in January for more resolutions in 2022. On January 18th, we will have Planning Business Resolutions presented by Liz Lara Carreño of Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses. And then on January 25th, we will have Planning Life Cycle Resolutions by Janie Harris of Dignity Memorial. We will also have our 2022 Vision Luncheon on January 27th. Yes, as of now, it is in person at the DoubleTree Hotel with keynote speaker Mayor Sylvester Turner. Join us and hear about the vision of the East End and all the great things that are coming to our community. So thank you both, everybody, for joining us today. We will see you all next Tuesday. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.